Hello, everyone, and welcome to your week. This is going to be your weekly energies and your collective reading for the week of the 30th through the 5th of November. If you can believe that, we are saying goodbye to the month of October, welcoming a new month, and almost there at the end of the year. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Patricia Arraraz, and this is Fearless Light Guidance. This is the reading that I will come on and do on Mondays to tap into the energy of the week. Okay, so I picked some themes at first. Oh, hello, welcome in. So good to see familiar faces coming in. All right, so let's see what the themes. I will pick some themes for the week and just see kind of like where spirit takes me in this reading here with you guys. If you're watching this live, let me know now. Let me know how you're feeling post eclipse in Taurus, this lunar eclipse, last one of the year, last one of the Scorpio and Taurus series. Let me know how that has been and what you've seen manifest that is crazy in your life, because God knows crazy things happen with these eclipses. They are catalysts for change and, just weird situations definitely at hand. And of course, difficult situations and changes that are going on around the world. So we're going to tap in. Let's begin. Let's give this a good shuffle and see what we have for this week. Let's see what comes through for all of us. Let me know where you're watching from. And again, let me know in the comments any crazy stuff that has happened in this last week and in between the eclipses. I would love to know. I can tell you that here in Puerto Rico, it was extreme flooding. I mean, cars just floating away on the road. There was a lot of rain and flash floods, and it was nuts. On a personal note, I've been, just very tired and kind of being mindful about, getting some rest, because I've been overly involved in things lately. And it's just, it's just made me really exhaust myself and, gotta pull back. All right, so we have 3 big themes coming through, and they all came through together, and it's very interesting. I have a hair, hang on. Yeah, this is live, so things that happen. I don't know where it's coming from. Anyway, first theme of the week is coming through as forgiveness. And wow, has this been such a potent present energy lately. And the knowing that forgiveness is not something that happens with 2 people or 3 people. This is really important that it happens and takes place individually. Okay, so this card wants to bring you to a place of peace with yourself, okay, and that you are mending those wounds, you're mending and you're being okay with the past, with what's already done, okay, that you are okay with doors that have been closed in your life, okay, and that you reconcile with this, that you reconcile with yourself and with your past and with anyone that you've had falling out with, or some sort of situation in your life that is just done and over with. Okay? So that is the first theme. Second theme, and really important, that it takes place with this potent energy of the eclipses, is the ego death. Okay, the death of the ego. This is that surrendering the need to be right, surrendering that need to control, and letting go and letting God, letting the universe, whatever source of faith in your life, allowing that to take over. Okay? Know that this is a space where you can come in. I will speak about the universe. I will speak about God. I will speak about a higher intelligence. I will speak about source and spirit. Okay? This is not a place where, we shove beliefs onto anyone. Okay, this is a place of acceptance and unconditional love. Okay, so the ego death coming through, asking for that surrender and that letting go of the need to be right and the need to control, and just let go and let God. And then you have the card of reassurance. Okay, and the message of protection has been coming up during the past 2-3 weeks. Okay, supreme protection is a word that has been coming through a lot. With this card of reassurance, it is that reassurance that you are safe and protected and guarded from any harm, you and your loved ones. Okay, so this talks about a positive resolution. Now, in the congruence of the cards, okay, the common thread here is the surrendering part. Okay, we have 2 cards that speak of surrender here, and we have this card of mending the past and surrendering to that and reconciling with that. In the process, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. Okay, because a lot of emotions are coming to the surface. This is an energetically charged time. Okay, so the message this morning was about allowing yourself to flow with the emotions and not judge yourself because you are feeling sensitive, vulnerable, or overly emotional. Okay. It's about being very compassionate with yourself through this process. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have the void. Okay, this is about, going from the dark to the light and fluctuating through that. Okay, because we're seeing the polarity in ourselves and it being reflected in the world. How there's such opposing energies, opposing forces, okay, different sets of beliefs, and how that instead of creating separation, it should bring us together in the oneness, okay? So the void card speaks about a sort of pause that happens. It's like a suspension in time where you feel like nothing is really moving because there needs to be this sense of clarity that comes, okay? How can I explain that? Okay, this card also talks about unforeseen encounters. So you might run into people that you haven't seen in a long time. You might be faced with certain things that you were not expecting, that expect the unexpected kind of thing. But really what this card says is that we look at those places that we feel that are empty, okay? Because there could be a sense of loneliness, there could be a sense of detachment, of not being appreciated, of not being able to connect with the people closest to you, or somebody specifically around you. And this wants you to know that this is just a temporary moment. There is nothing that is missing, okay? This is just meant to allow us to see that everything that we feel we may need is within us already, okay? Now, the bottom of the deck is the North Node, and, you know, we just had this full moon eclipse in Taurus, which was the last in the Taurus Scorpio series. This is, you know, the ending of a cycle that's been going on for 2 years, okay? A year and some change, almost 2 years. And it helps us to connect, not only to liberate and free some karma, okay, and also to reap the rewards from good karma, but also to connect more to our life calling and purpose, okay? So this is coming through to say that, you know, we are reaping the rewards of that cycle already coming to a close, okay? Now let's see what comes through with the tarot to support these messages. Let me shuffle. Look at that, the World card, a closing of a cycle in success, feeling of accomplishment and promotion in life, gearing up for the next chapter. All right, here we go. This card wants to come out. It's the Knight of Wands. All right, so let's see. Let's see what we have for this week. Obviously, we have this card of forgiveness, forgiving yourself, allowing yourself to let go, to quiet the ego. Oh, look at that. So we have the Hermit card. This is the card of Virgo. And, you know, this is about introspection, but really it's about the lessons that we have gathered in the past 9 months, okay? Sometimes even 9 years. I'm going to say the number 9 because the Hermit is the number 9 card. It is about those lessons that we've learned, bringing light to that. Like I was saying with the void, it's like being able to see the light after you've faced something that has made you look at the darkest parts of yourself, and having that introspection so that when you go forward, when you move forward, you continue to the next chapter in your life, those lessons that you've learned help you to not repeat certain situations and patterns, or to know what to do when you are faced with, you know, looking at your wounding and your triggers. How will you respond? Will you allow your triggers and these wounds to keep manipulating your emotions, to keep having a hold of your emotions? So really good. Now we have the World card. Look at that. It came through, but it came through in the reverse. So there is something that we are still having to let go of or integrate here, because this is saying that we're nearing that cycle ending, but we're not actually letting go and allowing for this to end organically, okay? There is some sort of conscious choice or something that we need to do to bring closure to it, okay? Let's see what else. All right, we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse as well. So those are the rewards. That is the blessing that is wanting to come in. It's knocking at your door. This is opportunity knocking, but us not being able to see the opportunity, us not being able to open up to receive that opportunity, or clearing something in order to allow this new energy to show up in our lives. This is the reward. This is the blessing. This is the gift. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands. Okay. So it's about that mentality of everything being so hard and so sacrificial and having to fight for everything. And it's just a feeling that we carry because we've been told that that is the way, that hard work, the hard work is the one that pays off. And that just truly makes a lot of us carry this heaviness around and really burn ourselves out thinking that we're not doing enough. Because we're not going to give up until we get to that level of happiness where we know that we are fulfilling that hard work is what pays off, okay? So let's see what else comes through. So we're almost there. You see, the 10 is a number of coming to an end of a heavy, overwhelming cycle, something that was really difficult that we are carrying around. And there's going to be celebrations that happen, okay? We're going to have good news come in this week, okay? Because there is some sort of positive resolution here. We have this card of the 3 of Cups, which is celebrations, reunions, reconciliation, reasons to celebrate, and good news. Now, also, I feel, look at the people that you're surrounding yourself with and see if you are, feeling in a good vibratory state. If you're feeling like this is raising you up rather than bringing you down, okay? All right, here we go. Okay. All right, so we have the 5 of Cups, which talks about a feeling of loss. I feel like for some of you, like even though we have this celebration and good news, I feel like there is something that we're still not processing from a loss or something that's gone on in the past, and it could have to do with third-party situations here. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's been some sort of unfaithful behavior, but it's almost like, feeling like you had it all together and then finding out that you were holding on to something that you had no control over. We have the King of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy, and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So this could be talking about a couple dynamic, okay? It could be in those signs of Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But this is not a sign-specific reading, so, take it as it resonates. But the King of Swords could be cold, but it's someone that, it's very much in their mind. They solve everything intellectually and logically, okay? But with the Queen of Swords being in the reverse, there is this feeling of being unhinged and not necessarily having the clearest or the most compassionate and kind communication. Okay, there is some sort of conversation that happens with the Eight of Wands, or action that happens, information that comes in that brings this sort of unforeseen situation that can cause that sense of feeling the wound, feeling some sort of grief, depression, or a feeling of sadness and emptiness come back up to the surface. Okay, you see we have the Tower at the bottom of the deck, and you know, when you see cards like this that have the lightning in them, it's things that happen in a flash. Okay, it's things that we don't see coming. Okay, so this could very well be saying that there is some sort of unforeseen situation that will take place this week that will seem to take you from being happy to coming to this place where you really have to look at how you feel and really observe your feelings, and maybe even sit with them and see how you process those individually, because there could be a feeling of not being too afraid of being alone, being afraid of letting go, of hearing the truth, of accepting the truth. And really, this forgiveness card that came through at the beginning is talking about, yes, the possibility of us being able to be at peace with a situation. And we had the card of reassurance, which says that there is a peaceful resolution. But at the same time, we need to know that when we feel triggered and when we feel all these emotions come up, the moment that we accept them, the moment that we accept things as they happen and things as they are, that is the moment when we really truly can open up to healing those parts of ourselves. Okay, so let's see what the angels and ancestors have to say. We had the Water Guardian come through this morning. We have the Drum coming through, and this is a card that says dream and journey. Okay, and yes, definitely, you know, it hasn't been a very ritualistic time, you know, with eclipses. I don't recommend doing all these rituals and writing intentions and anything like that. But I feel like now that we are, you know, moving towards another cycle, we've closed the eclipse season and we're going to move into a new moon, then yes, it's a moment to continue to dream and continue to follow that true north and that calling. Okay, let's get one more. And we have the Peacekeeper. And, you know, so many of the cards were talking about peaceful resolution and coming to a place of peace with oneself. And this is saying let go of the need to be right. And I believe that I said that a few times at the beginning of the reading. So, yes, this is definitely one of the biggest keys to bring you to a place of peace, is letting that the ego be really you know, soften that ego. You know, don't let it speak so loudly that it just makes you act out of impulse. Okay, now I'm gonna pick an oracle card from the Mystical Shaman as a last piece of advice for all of us for this week. I mean, I think the advice is pretty clear. Well, look at that. We have the rattle and we have the sweat lodge coming through. We have the drum and now we have the rattle. Okay, and you know, the rattle for the shamans is used in their rituals, and it's one of their tools that they use to ward off evil spirits or just energy that is of low vibration. Okay, so I'm gonna read from the book. We have the number 43, which is the rattle. Show you right here. So it says that the rattle comes to invite you to work with the tools of spirit. But be careful, they are very sharp and can hurt you or others if they are not used mindfully. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments of spirit. You are consciously stepping into a partnership with the divine. This is a time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. So I was speaking about that before because this message is very much about continuing to listen to yourself and that voice of your soul, and you know what is calling you to have the sense of fulfillment and accomplishment in your life. And then the rattle is saying exactly that. Do not allow your hesitation or your fears to get in the way of your expression. Okay, so let's see, we have the number 54, which is the sweat lodge, and you can see it right here. Okay, so the invitation of the sweat lodge, it says that it's a time to journey inward, and this is very much the message of the Hermit card. And it says, into the dark and hidden places of your soul and reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. You can also create sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what emerges without judging it. Invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life that you have outgrown. Do not worry that you will be consumed by the process. You know, so much of this reading is about that. It's about trusting the process, having this sense of reassurance that it's okay to tap into those dark emotions, those dark feelings that we may have from situations that consumed us in the past. And, you know, yes, observing the feelings and feeling them all, but not allowing them to drag us down in a way that, you know, we keep reliving that past. And, you know, our mind and our body, our energetic body doesn't know the difference. So if you're bringing your mind there and, you know, you're consciously bringing up all the dirt from the past, you are going to definitely feel that, and that transforms into different things in our body. So I really, you know, advise for everyone to really, yes, feel all the feelings, but come from a place of compassion with yourself. Don't judge yourself for so harshly for feeling the way that you do. Practice that forgiveness. Come to a place of peace, you know, where there's been no sense of closure for you, so that this could be the end of a chapter and the beginning of a beautiful new one. Okay, so I love you guys. I hope that this reading is helpful, that it serves you in some way. Share it with somebody that you love, that you know that might benefit from this information. I love you all so much. You can always find the links in my bio if you would like to work with me one-on-one for a personal reading or coaching or an energetic healing session. I am there for you. You are not alone. I send you fearless light and love. Take care, and I will see you soon. And thank you for everyone that has come in and found this community. You are so welcome here, so loved and supported. So I hope that you will know that, okay? Know that deep inside and believe it with all your heart. So take good care and see you soon on the next one.